Good morning, my dear children. Today we are going to talk about tenses. As you all know that verbs and tenses are interrelated, and that is very important to update the knowledge of tenses. So that's why before we proceed in our unit 5 verbs, we are going to update our knowledge of tenses. So let's start. Tenses are the form taken by a verb to show the time of an action or the state of an event. It means that whenever we are talking about tenses, it means we are talking about the time when the action took place in a sentence, and these are of three main kinds: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Each of the three tenses has four forms or subdivisions to show continuity or completeness of the action and time. These are indefinite, or we can also say simple. Second one, continuous or imperfect, or even we also call it by the name progressive. Third one, perfect, and the fourth one is perfect continuous. Now just look at this table of tenses in which you can see there are 5 columns. In the first column, name of the tense has been written, and in the second column it is about indefinite or simple. In the third column it is about continuous, fourth column perfect, and the next one is fifth one perfect continuous. Now look at first one in this thing second column, in which in the first box it is the heading is given. In the second box, that is about simple present or present indefinite. Okay, and how the verbs have to be used, that is given in this table. Below that, in the third box in the second column, you can see that is about simple past tense, and the next column is simple future tense. Next one, you can see the third column, continuous tense we are talking about, and below that what is written, it is about present continuous, below that past continuous, and below that future continuous. In the next column it is about perfect, so below the heading it is about present perfect, then is past perfect, and then is future perfect. And in the last column it is about perfect continuous, and this particular tense we will be studying in detail in the next class. Okay, just for a knowledge, you should be knowing, if you are curious to know some detailing, some how the verbs have to be used in this particular tense have been given. And below the heading it is about present perfect continuous, below that past perfect continuous, and the lowermost is future perfect continuous. Now we are going to talk about each of them in detail. Look at the indefinite tense, or we can say simple tense. It does not indicate whether the action is complete or not. It means it is not definite, it is indefinite. It is just telling us that when the action took place, it can be in present, it can be in past, it can be in future, but not, it is not telling us about the completion of the action. In the continuous tense, we are talking about that the action is going on, or was going on, or will be going on, means whether the action goes on in present time or past time or in future time. But it is not telling us the about the completion of the action. The third kind is perfect tense, means it is telling us that the action, completeness of the action. Okay, it can be in present, or it can be in past, or it can be in future, but it is telling us about the completeness of the action. Next is perfect continuous tense, which indicates that the action began in the past and is still continuing, it's still going on, right? Now we are going to talk about each of them in detail. First one is simple present tense, and we are going to know how the formation of the sentence is there. Like, right, first one, simple present tense. And how the formation of the sentence is there? Subject plus verb, that is first form of the verb, and object. This is for affirmative sentence. We will be talking in all the kinds of sentences in detail in the next one, in the next slide. Expresses a simple present tense. It tells us about the general truth or action that is occurring now. Okay, it is occurring in the present time, or it is talking about the habitual actions, right? A few examples are also given over here. You can read them. The sun rises from the east. This is the truth, general truth. It will not be changing anytime. And the other sentence which is given over here, the she goes to school regularly. Regular action. Suppose I eat food regularly, I dance regularly, you do your studies regularly. So all these are the sentences in which you are doing your work on a regular basis. So for that we use simple present tense. And the examples of simple present tense are given over here: affirmative sentence, negative sentence, interrogative sentence, and negative interrogative sentence. Now what we have to keep in mind, that for affirmative sentence, in all these kinds of sentences we have to use V1, means first form of the verb. But while using negative or interrogative or negative interrogative, we have to use some helping verbs. Those will be either do or does, depending on the subject, right? So according to that we have to use them. Do has to be used with plural subjects, and I is also included in that. I, we, you, they. We use do. Whereas for with singular subjects like he, she, it, we use does. And formation of the sentences will be done in the same manner as it is given. Now come to the next one, that is simple past tense. And in this particular tense, we are talking about an action which took place in past, right? So formation of the sentence will be subject plus V2 plus object. And what are the examples? You can see here. Affirmative sentence we have to use, like here I played, right? This is played is V2. Play, played, played. These are the three forms of the verb play. In negative sentence and interrogative sentences, we have to keep in mind that we will be using did as helping verb, along with that V1 in simple past tense. Remember this. This is very, very important. So negative, I did not play. Interrogative, did I play? And negative interrogative, did I not play it? I'm sorry, this is wrong. This should be did I not play. It shouldn't be played. Okay, so please correct it. Next is simple future tense. How the formation of the sentence is there? Subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object. And this particular tense is used when the action will be taking place, or will the action will take place at a particular time in future, right? The examples, like affirmative, Ravi will play. Negative, Ravi will not play. Interrogative, will Ravi play? And negative interrogative, will Ravi not play? And will can be used with all the subjects. Otherwise shall mostly is used I or with I or we. But nowadays we can use will all the subject with all the subjects. Now next one is present continuous tense. Now all the continuous tenses we will be using V1 plus ing. Remember it, whether it is present continuous, past continuous, or future continuous. The difference will be in the helping verbs. What is that? In present continuous, we will be using is, am, are, is, am, or are, depending on the subject, plus V1 plus ing, and then the object. And we use present continuous tense when the action is still going on, right? And the examples you can watch: for affirmative, you are playing. Negative, you are not playing. Interrogative, are you playing? Negative interrogative, are you not playing? So this is the way to use the verbs in present continuous tense. Now the next one is past continuous. Again, I will repeat that in all the continuous tenses, main verb we have to use V1 plus ing, and only the helping verbs will be the different one. Okay, for present we have talked about that which helping verbs will be using, and in past continuous we'll be using the helping verbs was or were. And here we are talking about an action which was taking place in past. It was in continuation. Look at the examples. Boys were playing, boys were not playing, were boys playing, were boys not playing. So here according to the subject we have to use the helping verb was or were. Next one is future continuous tense, and here we are talking about an action which will be taking place in continuity in future, right? So what is the formation of the sentence? Subject plus will or shall plus be. This is very important, right? Plus, as you all know, V1 plus ing plus object, right? Look at the examples. I will be playing, I will not be playing. Shall I be playing? It can be will I be playing. That is also right. Shall I not be playing? It can also be written will I not be playing. Both the ways are correct. We can use will all the with all the subjects. Now till this we have already done these tenses when in class 4 also. This was the repetition we have done, revision we have done. That's all for today. Rest of the tenses I will discuss in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.